Hey guys, it's Ashley here. I know you haven't heard from me in a while, and I'm sorry. I started a new job, and it's the first time I've actually had a full-time job and come home and just kind of want to crash and not do anything else. And I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for school starting next month, so a lot going on right now. And few odds and ends here and there. I recently had an idea and I'm kind of working on um, little snippets here and there to finalize before I announce any plans. But you'll hear more about that in the future. Um, what I'm going to talk to you today, just so that way I can put a video out there that I haven't completely forgotten, that, I do have YouTube videos and things of that nature. Haven't done many. I would have liked to keep doing it regularly, but I suck. I'm sorry. We went and saw Jurassic World, and I really liked it. Spoilers. First off, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, which you should have by now, it's been out long enough, go see it. No excuse. Anyway, I really like the fact that, Chris Pratt was in it. You can't argue to Chris Pratt, sorry. I really like the fact that, even little snippets here, like I was just watching it the other night with my boyfriend and mentioned that throughout the movie, you actually see her hair change. Like, it doesn't stay perfectly straight. It actually gets frazzled and messed up. Like, thank you. And the white clothing she's wearing doesn't stay white. It gets dingy. Shows mess because, she's out in the woods and wildlife and all that fun stuff. Looking at you, Transformers, Megan Fox's white pants. No excuse for those to stay white until the very last scene. Okay? Okay. Never gonna happen. Alright. So, they actually made it realistic for a dinosaur movie. I'm gonna use the term realistic loosely here. I'm pleased that they brought the original scientist back. I'm pleased that there was continuity there. But however, shit got messed up in the first one. Maybe don't bring him back. Just a thought. But, I do understand, he was there, he saw earth-shattering, blah, 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 all that. And I do like that they still kept the original movie in mind. I do like all the references and kind of like waves to the original movie. Like, you see Mr. DNA, the t-shirt that the guy in the control room is wearing. What else? I know there's a lot more, but there's the only two that are coming to mind. Oh, when they're in the hamster ball and the dinosaur comes down and gets it, like he did with the Jeep. He was a Jeep? Possibly. Jeep. It's been a long time since I've seen the first movie. Well, whatever. Their original mode of transportation in the original park. That kind of little, hey, we've updated this, but we're still acknowledging the original. I did like that. I thought it was funny, though, after... so the premise of the movie, as if you've seen the movie, it's two boys sent to Jurassic World, which their aunt, I guess, manages. A lot of responsibility, huge park, one person. Anyway. And they end up getting lost when they find out that the newest attraction, the Indominus Rex, has gotten loose because she's cunning and people are stupid. So anyway, they find the hamster ball that the boys were in. It's been smashed to smithereens. His phone's even broken. And she instantly panics like something's happened to them. Because we all know, teenagers can't go anywhere without their cell phones in their hands. There was a lot of humor brought to the movie by Chris Pratt. Wouldn't be a Chris Pratt movie without some humor somewhere. A lot of moments where you just go, Ugh! People are stupid! Listen to Chris Pratt! I know you should do that anyway, but in this instance, do it! I know a lot of people are commenting that her outfit was unnecessary. That it's a whole rant that, women are looking too dolled up or whatever. But you have to think, look at her job title. She has to be dressed nicely. So don't give me that crap about ditch the 3-inch heels. Like, she doesn't have to wear heels. No. But, women do still enjoy wearing heels, and that's not a problem. If you want to wear heels, you fucking wear heels. You're in a position where you have to dress nice and look nice. Her opinion of dressing nice and looking nice includes heels. I'm amazed that she didn't twist her ankle throughout the entire movie. But, however, with that being said, I want to know if the actual actress twisted her ankle in the scenes, because Lord knows I would have had a broken leg. You're not about to catch me running through wilderness thick with heels. Hell no. That's not happening. Are you insane? This is where I do a little shout out. I think it's New York that has a marathon where women run it in high heels and they tape it to their feet. They tape them to their feet. I'm giving a huge shout out to those women. They get all the credit in the world. Holy crap. I've run in heels once, and let me tell you, once was enough. Alright, back on topic here. Don't mind me. I do appreciate the fact that at one point in the movie you see the stuff from the original park. So I do appreciate the fact that the Jurassic World is in the same place as the park was. Which, when they bring out the T-Rex at the end, and you see that it's the same T-Rex because you can see the scarring and everything, it makes a lot more sense, because how do you pretty much do whatever the T-Rex wants you to do. There's no convincing it of anything. Like, if it's doing something, you just stand back and go, okay. Sure. Have fun. I'll get out of your way. I'll just be right over here. Don't mind me. Over here. But it was a little bit... It's a little bit more believable because you could just, like, build up its enclosure and, like, you've seen the original, you've seen this movie. It's easily distracted, and you can move it by, using the flares. So that leads me to believe that they probably build up the enclosure and led it to it with the flare. That makes sense, doesn't it? In my mind it does. So I'm just pleased the fact that they kind of tied it all together, because when you watch the other movies, it's like, okay, so there's just a T-Rex roaming free. Okay, sure, why not? Hope you don't plan on vacationing there. That's a unpleasant surprise. Even if you survive it, nobody's going to believe you. They're going to think you're crazy. Let's see. What else did I want to mention? I do like how the ending of this one is kind of similar to the ending of the first. Because, you have the triumphant T-Rex moment. And, it roars like the end of the first movie. But I do enjoy the fact that, this T-Rex is probably up there. Now, I don't know the lifespan of a T-Rex, because I'm normal, which, to all those dino fans out there that could possibly give me an answer, I mean no offense, I'm just saying the average person doesn't know that. I like dinosaurs. I think dinosaur facts are interesting, but that I personally don't know. So if there's a dino fan out there, don't take any offense by my saying that I'm normal and insinuating that you are abnormal, because you're not. Please, pass some education along. If you know how old or how long a T-Rex lifespan is, or should be, normally, under normal circumstances, Feel free to shout that out. But my point is, I imagine this T-Rex is probably rather old, because I think they mentioned, I've seen in another video on YouTube or something, or maybe they mentioned in the movie how long it was since the first park, but I imagine it's probably like 20 years older than it was in the first movie. So I don't see this thing taking down this new thing all by itself. So I appreciate the fact that it was kind of a tag team effort, and you have the big old critter just pop out and drag him down to the deep depths of his little pool. Can't think of what the name is, and even if I could, I probably couldn't pronounce it. So I'm just going to pretend I don't remember, which I can't, so. But even if I suddenly do remember, I'm not going to say it, or even going to attempt, because it won't be pretty. A lot of people said the ending was not climactic enough. I can see where they say that, because you've got this great fight scene and then all of a sudden it just ends. But like I said, I do appreciate the fact that it was a tag team effort, because I have a hard time believing this T-Rex that's been around forever and ever and ever is going to take this down single-handedly. Let's see. The older nephew is creepy. And stupid. Boys are dumb. Sorry, but boys are dumb. If this is how you attempt to hit on women, then you're dumb. And any woman out there that falls for it, you're also dumb. I'm sorry, but just staring is not... That's not a good move. Don't do that, guys. That's just creepy. And girls, if that works for you, take a year off dating, please. Because you know you need it. Do you. Make stupid homemade hair and face concoctions. I'm in a relationship and I still do that. Hell. Oof. Make myself look pretty. Or at least try, Lord. I look like hammered shit today, but that's not the point. I'm at home, it's my day off. I'm not doing shit. Thank you. Anyway. Off of my little tangent there. Back to top here. Plot. I would give Jurassic World I'd say 9 out of 10, because it's not necessarily surprising, oh god, dinosaur got loose. Because, been there, done that. But also, what else are you gonna do? There's really no other way to make mayhem, unless somebody falls in an enclosure and has to spend the entire time hiding and ducking away in said enclosure. But human logic, you find a way out, and the only people in that enclosure probably know how the enclosure opens. But that's kind of how this movie happened. You ended up in the enclosure, had to get out of the enclosure, which led to the dinosaur getting out of the enclosure. But here's a thought. Don't climb in the enclosure until they tell you for sure where the dinosaur is. They're on their way to see where it is, to check the tracker. So don't climb in the enclosure. I know the technology said it wasn't in there, but technology screws up, as we all know. Let's take a moment to acknowledge every security breach every retail business has had. Even hospitals now. So I'm sure your super high-tech expensive gear is probably foolproof. Anyway. So, 9 out of 10 for plot. Seen it before, but you're really not going to do anything different. It was decent. It was a good sideways glance to the original, because there's a lot of, mirrored moments. Casting, I'm a Chris Pratt fan. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. However, there are some moments where you just kind of go, that doesn't seem. And the kids, if this is their first movie, I'm impressed. I'd like to see more of them in the future. Like, I always like to see kids in movies because it's always amazing to see them portray such big emotions and just act through big moments because, I mean, like dinosaurs, it's not like they've had experience there. So they have to kind of make it up as they go, and I'm sure they're just surrounded largely by just green screen. And they're in a sea of bright neon green. So really they don't have anything to work off of, they're just doing as they go. And I really appreciate that. I think they did a decent job. And I feel like they were very accurate to how they acted like siblings towards each other. Like, big brother, he's a jerk, bully, you know. Doesn't really care, doesn't want to act too enthused because it's not cool. And the younger brother's just anxious and actually, like a normal person would be, excited to see dinosaurs. They don't need to be bigger and better because they're dinosaurs. They're already big and bad. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you don't need to make it have more teeth. You don't need to make it more scary. Like, can't we just be amazed that they're dinosaurs? Like, hello, science has made it good enough for us. Science is good enough for us to bring back something that's been extinct. And we have the technology to enclose them, for the most part, safely. But anyway, there are a couple moments, which it's probably not so much the casting, it's probably the writing itself. But then again, it could just be human, where the boys are gone and then they're met up with their aunt, and in the beginning, it's been many, many years since they actually had seen her, like 7 years, or something like that. So, for her to go, oh my god, you're never leaving my side again, blah, 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 which, you know, I understand you don't want anything to happen to your nephews, but it just seems a lot of moments where it just seems like they're super close, and they're not. Like, she couldn't even answer how old they were. She asked them if they had a bedtime or separate bedtimes. I do like the fact of who they cast to play her sister, the boy's mother. I cannot think of her name. I'm sorry. You're a good actress. I like you in movies. I just cannot think of your name, and I'm sorry if by any means you ever see this. I don't take personal offense. I'm just terrible. I'm sorry. I do like I do like how they cast her. They do look believable as sisters. However, I feel like the hair color varies a little too much, but this is me just like reading into it way too far, because I mean, the dad has brown hair, but the boys have two very different shades of brown hair, like, and they don't, like, you know how in some movies they cast so well that it actually looks like they can be their children? I don't really feel that here, but you can't just make one, okay? So, that's just my own little nitpicky, really being a little too... casting was well. I think everybody did a good job. And I feel like there were moments where it was very accurate. An accurate way to portray how that character would have actually acted. Like, the aunt that lost her nephews. You're gonna freak out. Probably a little bit more, because, you know, she seemed pretty calm and collected, but then again, she manages, or whatever she does, this huge park, so she's used to chaos, I'm sure. She's probably been a little deadened by all this. But I see appropriate emotions for a lot of it. Alright, so we've tackled plot, casting, writing. I'd give it a, like, 7 out of 10. just simply because, like I said, there's a couple moments where you just kind of go, it seems a little forced, or it doesn't seem necessarily sincere or legitimate, but eh. I don't have nieces or nephews, so I can't really say how I would act if they vanished. I'd probably freak out because, I am a human being that is concerned with the well-being of other human beings. So, I'd probably be concerned if my relatives vanished, no matter how close I was to them or not. I'll bump my rating up to 8 out of 10, because I do like the fact that they threw in some, like, the Verizon Wireless presents you with, that was funny, and I feel very, sorry, there was dog hair on my keyboard, I feel like that would actually happen, like, that would be a conversation that would actually happen in this kind of situation. Okay, I'm rambling and I'm trailing off. So overall, I would say this movie gets a 9 out of 10, or 9.5 out of 10, because there's very little I have to complain about. That might just be me being biased, but I don't care. I like the movie. You can have your own opinion. That's, the beauty of free will. And free speech. So, you can disagree, you can agree, you can halfway agree, you can have no opinion whatsoever. You don't even have to see the movie. That's your own decision. I'm not here to sway you one way or the other. I'm just expressing my own opinion. And my opinion was, I like it. I'll continue to watch it as many times as it takes for me to memorize the whole movie, because that's what I do with every movie. Yay dinosaurs. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna dig around on the internet today, and I'm taking a break from reading. I've been reading the Harry Potter books because my wonderful boyfriend finally bought them for me. I've been wanting to read them for a very long time and have never gotten around to actually buying them, but since I started my new job, I wanted something to read while on my lunch break. And since I haven't started school yet, so he bought me all of them. And I'm about to finish the fourth one. And I've just been reading nonstop, and my brain just kind of needs a moment to stare at the internet for a while. Mainly, I think I'm just too tired to really sit and read all day long like I was originally planning to do. But I feel like my brain just needs something brain dead. I don't need a book right now. Not that that really is a challenging thing, but that just requires more focus than I have today. But I'm gonna look around on the internet. I'm gonna try and find some new homemade concoction for the next video, because I haven't done one of those in a while, and you know how much I like making a fool of myself for you guys. Smear my hair or skin in something unsightly and talking about how disgusting it feels. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I got for you on the Jurassic World front and what's new. So take that how you may. I'm gonna dig around the internet. I might film another video today just to get it going. And I will hopefully hear from you. Comment something. I want feedback. I'm sorry, I feel like I've been boring the first few videos. I'm trying to liven up a little bit, and I'm actually feeling pretty decent today, so hopefully I was lively enough. I hope. God, I feel like I've been boring. I don't like feeling boring. Anyway, skipping over that point. Send me some comments. some talking points. I love to talk movies. So please, let's have some movie dialogue here. I'm always open for suggestions on future videos, especially now that I'm working full time, and in a few weeks we'll be going to school full time as well. Again. 2 more semesters. God, we're almost there. 2 more semesters. I recently, however, just went on a casting call. What the heck did I just do to my face? Oh, Lord. I just scratched and I've got like a huge welt coming up. Anyway, alright. Pay no mind to my forehead. I just put on a casting call. I went to the casting call at the Tri-County Planet Fitness for The Biggest Loser yesterday. And I should hear back within the week whether or not I have been chosen. I went with my mother. I'm just waiting. It would be sweet if I got to go, because I think it would be an interesting experience. Great story. But if not, I'm not heartbroken. It is what it is. At least I get to say, hey, I went on a casting call. It was an interesting experience. We sat next to a couple. They were hilarious. Oh my goodness. I wish I got their names so I could give them a shout out here. I'm not even sure if we were actually like introduced. Oh no. They said their names. We did like a group interview when we went in for the casting call, and they said their names, and I cannot remember, but that might just be because it was really loud in there and I couldn't really fully hear what everybody was saying. Anyway, so couple out there, you're from Cleveland, shout out, you guys are awesome. Thanks for making the day interesting. So, if I got it, I'll probably make a video saying, hey, I got it. So that way, when I fall off the face of the earth for 6 months, you'll know why. And you can watch us on The Biggest Loser. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say. So, I'm going to go peruse the internet and watch some brain dead TV. And you will hear from me soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.